Bring this meeting back to order. We discussed personnel. Chief, are you?
I just like to make council aware of the incident that happened on August 4th, 2017 at 4th and Walnut Street. At 22:47 hours, there was a call put out over Delcom radio that there was a shooting at 4th and Walnut Street. Darby cars responded. At 22:47, Darby car, Officer Takis in it, found a shooting victim at 424 Walnut Street in Darby, had a gunshot wound to the leg. He radioed that in. Shortly after that, Officer Takis found another shooting victim in the backyard that was suffering from a gunshot wound to the back. He then secured the crime scene, got 6 people that were there that were in the area, got their names, got their information, and EMS, which was in a holding pattern because the crime scene was still an active crime scene, was cleared to come in and take care of the 2 patients. The 6 names were taken and are currently in a report, and the crime scene was secured. There was 1 officer on the scene at 4th and Walnut. Our officers, our remaining officers, responded to that location, took control of the scene, and held the scene for a time. Once the scene was secured, we again notified EMS that the scene was secured and they could head in. There was 1 fatality. Subject was shot in the head. The area was taped off and there was a crime scene. We made sure all the EMS units were safe until they left the area. At 4th and Walnut Street, there's a Chinese restaurant. The owner of that location was on site. Corporal Evans spoke to that person, went inside and viewed the video at this time. While viewing the video, it was determined that in fact the crime had not happened in the borough of Darby. With that, we still were holding the crime scene. Officers Trigg and Pitts were called in. They also reviewed the video and confirmed that it was not our job. We were on the scene from 22:47 to 00:05, which is 68 minutes. I received a call from Chief Hills around 1 a.m. I was out of town. He notified me that, in fact, they had a shooting. Part of it ended up in Darby. There was a crime scene in Darby. That my guys were assisting them, and they were processing the crime scene with CID. Shortly before that call came in, PSP with 2 patrol cars from PSP and a detective were on the scene. It was later determined that CID and Chief Hills were going to handle the call. We left the scene at 005, turning over the scene to CID and the chief. I also received a call from Sergeant Hackett from CID, who was asking for help in looking at the photograph and seeing if we could help him identify it. The next morning, I called Trigg. I gave Hackett Trigg's number. I called Trigg. I told him whatever Hackett needed in an attempt to identify the subject that we should do. If we needed to call a couple guys in, call them in. Trigg then took the picture, showed it to the detectives and the patrol guys on duty. Nobody recognized the subject. Again, on Monday or Tuesday, I'm not sure exactly which day, another detective, which had the complete video, came to headquarters showing us the video and the actual shooting and the shooter, none of our guys could recognize it. We had a total number of a lieutenant, a sergeant, 2 corporals, 3 corporals, and 5 patrol officers on the scene for 68 minutes on this job. At no time is there or has there ever been some secret order about police not responding into Colwyn. Never happened. The order's been discussed with the Borough Council. Letters have been sent to Colwyn about by the solicitors. The problem in Colwyn has been discussed with the DA's office, with the 911, with the Police Chiefs Association, with EMS, and it's been delivered to Colwyn. Living in Springfield is not something that I'm not proud of, and I shouldn't be criticized because I live in Springfield. Just like nobody in Darby should be criticized that they live in Darby or any place else. I don't know what that has to do with what I do. And I'm not a dog, I'm a man. I'm a 69-year-old man that's been 47 years in this police department. And I really don't appreciate being called a dog or Bill or Bull Connor. I'm neither one of them 2 people. What happened in this was by social media, there was a bunch of lies, absolute, positive, untruth lies that were spread about this job and this police department. And it needs to stop. If somebody wants information, just call. I'll be more than happy to sit down with anyone and talk to them. But that was a disgrace on what was the amount of lies and evil that was spewed about the Darby Borough Police Department. I wasn't here, but I have people telling me that the only people in the photographs the next day in the paper were Darby cops. And as far as the Police Chiefs Association not backing me, well, maybe we should have a debate, or maybe we should go to the Police Chiefs Association. Maybe we should go to the 911 center. Maybe we should go to the DA. Because every one of them people know what the order is. The order is, if there is someone whose life is in danger, Darby cars will respond. And just as an add-on, every Darby police officer, be it full-time or part-time, right, has medical insurance when they're on duty. Part-timers don't have it off duty, but they all have it if they're injured on duty. Not another lie. Like lie, lie, lie. Maybe we should start dealing with facts. Maybe the town would do a lot better.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right.
Whoa, what do you mean
Don't worry about it.
That's a very good discussion.
Police Chiefs Association told you off. Told you you were a disgrace. And you know it.
Jesse.
You are a disgrace. Oh, yes it
I
did.
said, don't worry
Yes, it
about
did.
what was said.
Yes, it did.
I got this.
Order, please.
I'm proud of what
No
you said.
problem. Let's go to the Police Chiefs Association.
Let's get him. Let's get him.
Wait a minute.
Let's
Let
get
me
him.
hear Mr. Lights Out, please.
Let me
Go ahead.
tell you something right now. There ain't no secret. I don't get along with Bobby Smythe, and I never will. But I'll tell you one damn thing right now, which I said before, and you stick up to it. They got the best damn police department in this whole damn county. As far as
I wasn't talking against him, Mr. Lights.
You understand? But like I said,
No, I wasn't talking against
that's
him.
one thing that he said right, because I told some more people, if there's a shooting over there,
That's
or
right.
right across the border over there, if they don't go, they're gonna be sued. They better go.
Yes. And they were
I don't know
there.
what they're talking about like that and all that stuff. So that's one thing that we do agree on.
Yes.
In the beginning, he knows what happened.
I wasn't disagreeing with him, Mr. Lights.
When they thought it
You
was
took
in
the wrong way.
Colwyn,
I wasn't
he knows what
disagreeing.
happened. Talk to the emergency personnel. You weren't there.
Paula, you don't know everything.
I heard the whole thing.
Oh, so what?
I've talked
Paula,
to the
you don't know
emergency
everything. Stop putting our cops down. They
I'm
were
not
there.
putting the cops
They
down.
were there.
He's down.
They were there.
He's down.
They were there.
Not the cops.
You should.
Not the cops.
You think you know everything. Come on.
Go ahead.
Ghetto, right?
Connor.
Right? Yeah.
Connor.
We're not ghetto either, remember that here?
Bull Connor.
Alright? Bull Connor?
And what are you? And what-
Trump!
Connor.
That's Trump!
And what are you?
There's Trump, right there!
You guys,
Yeah.
you make your own
That's
laws.
Republican Trump!
You
Go
don't
ahead.
do
Go ahead,
anything
Trump!
by the book.
You're nothing but a Republican!
Talk to the Police Chief Association. Ask them what they
How do
say.
you know so much? How do you know so
what
much?
they say.
Why? Because you're fraternizing with the
Because you're a
Republicans now?
disgrace. You're a disgrace, and you know it.
He makes up everything.
Call the president of the police
I would
association.
never,
I'm
ever,
challenging you.
ever.
Paula Brown, I'm challenging you.
I know what happened.
Call the Police Chiefs
Know what happened.
Association president
know what
and
happened.
see. There's not a.
I know what happened.
Call the police chief.
You have that rule, and you know it.
She lies
You
about
have that rule.
I'm challenging you.
How about her little flunkies of followers? They see the followers.
You're a liar. That's what
Flunky
you are.
followers?
You're a liar. You can't be trusted. with
Yeah, because they don't know
Flunky
you yet.
followers?
They don't know you.
Oh, they
Madam on the plantation.
Jill, who thinks that the borough has to apply to congressional Sunshine Act, please, babe, please.
You don't listen to her. When anytime she wants to run for something, this is what happens.
We sit here and we watch our
now you're trying to destroy Darby. Ain't gonna happen, baby.
Start paying taxes, Janice, then maybe you'll start thinking about what you do and what you vote
We
on.
have a
It ain't gonna
motion.
happen, baby. It ain't
I
gonna
know,
happen.
you never did and you never
Big
will.
a racist you are.
Never did, never will.
I second.
No, Mark had one thing to do, please. We need to do this before we leave. Go ahead, Mark. This.
Yeah, I guess. Madam President,
I got time for this.
since we were talking about police matters, I'd like to inform everybody, I know the chief has mentioned it, that we have 4 new police vehicles on the road. They're fully equipped. Three.
Oh, how much did it cost the borough?
They cost the borough nothing,
Thank you.
okay? We have
Thank you. Oh, I guess you know that too.
3 Ford Explorers and a Ford van.
Every town gets it.
Yeah,
They're painted.
you know that? How much we pay for it?
They're
Yeah,
operating.
And the Taj Mahal.
yeah, right.
You're lying. You're nothing but a big liar.
Yeah, Colwyn got them too. What other towns got them? Everybody got the interceptors.
Yeah,
That's what you should be
You're a
doing.
big liar.
That's what you should be
You should
doing.
stop lying.
Instead of,
You should stop lying. Don't let me get to talking about you here.
oh, come on, let's go.
Please start telling
Let's
it.
go. Let's go.
Please start telling
Talk it.
All the stuff you stole
Tell it.
from this borough.
That's what I have
Stole?
to say on that.
Are you
Stole.
accusing me of
Stole.
stealing?
Stole.
Okay,
That's all I
keep
have to
talking,
say.
Oh,
Jen.
that's ghetto too.
Keep talking.
No, you keep talking.
Keep
I don't care what
talking.
you put on that here. Because
Keep
only
talking.
people answer you are the people that don't even live in this town.
Keep,
That's
really?
my report, Madam President.
Okay.
Patrick. Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
Folks, there will be a 5K run and a 1-mile walk on Saturday, September 23rd. Isn't it the same day as the?
What's that?
The trolley fest.
This is from registrations 8:30 to 9:30. The start and the finish will be at the Friendship Circle of 1515 Lansdowne Avenue in Darby. The route's going to go out of the Friendship Circle, go up Wycombe, up to Fairview, make a right on Fairview, down Union Ave, back on, make a right on Valley, back down to Wycombe. You gotta do it 3 times to do a 5K, and then if you wanna do the 1-mile walk, you have to do the loop once. It is for the senior community services. So
We're asking now again.
they wanna know if
Sponsorship.
you wanna donate $100. There's applications if you, anybody's issued.
Motion, John?
I make that motion.
$100 for, sorry, $100 for a sponsorship for the 5K run, 1-mile walk, and anybody who wants to get involved, you can walk. You don't have to do the whole thing, you know, because they do it 3 times, so you can go up 1 time or you can go up 3 times.
Or you can sign up and make
just
your
sit there.
payment and just sit and watch.
Yes. Can we get that motion,
Help the
please?
program.
I make the motion.
Second.
Motion's been made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?
then the other thing